Hey guys, I hope this will work tonight. We've got crazy weather again, so hopefully it'll work. So, Cecilia Jansen, how are you tonight? Moon Farm, how are you, young lady? Garden, my hero in the house. Fairy tale creation in the house. Back to Roots Head. What's going down? Hope everything is good up your way. Everybody's there. Can everybody hear me? See me okay? All that good stuff? Give me a thumbs up if we're good. Got 9 people on, or 3 people on, and 9 thumbs up. JC's Oregon Homestead, what's going on? Judge Off Grid Homesteading, hey, hey. If you guys can hear me, give me a thumbs up so I can. I see. Perfect. Okay, hear and see you. Okay, it's probably a little grainy. It's crazy. Leanne's Life, how's that polar bear doing? Bonnie Sifford, and how are you doing, young lady? Um, how are you? Grammy Carrion family in the house. What's going on? Last week I could not get service at all and had ELYN home, so there was no way to run out and do this. I have in the homestead. Joey Jess, how are you all doing? She Bears Acres, how are you? I got your package. I need to grab that real quick. Ooh, lay that there. I'll be right back, guys. I'm not left, gents. Okay. I had to grab a few things I forgot, and I meant to grab them earlier, so sorry about that. Whoopie Nation, what's going on? One of the best networking channels out there. What's going down? Pete's Little Homestead, how are you tonight, sir? Hope you're feeling good. Farming Our Backyard, how are you? Um, Keeping up with everybody. All right, cool. So we got 20 people on, 18 thumbs up. Hit that thumbs up for me as you come in the door if you don't mind. Carol, how are you tonight? We do that surfing state. Oh, hell, everyone. Hope you all are safe. Saw some. Yeah, there's some crazy weather. Life with Linda, how are you tonight? Uh, Hope you got your package, which I think you did. Hope everybody else got their packages that I sent out. Tinker's Wife, how are you? Big Dream Homestead, what's going on? You got the mail. You're welcome. Uh, did you see my video? Tagged you? No, I didn't. Life with Linda, so I'm gonna have to go over and check. I've been looking for one. I know I saw that. I saw you posted one the other day. What was it on? For your first giveaway or something like that. Um, Tinker's Wife, Pizza Half. Mello, what's going on? Good to see you in here. Pinch a Penny Homestead, can't stay going to bed. Hope you have a great night. Get some sleep. Um, K and A's Family Homestead, what's going on? Trying to keep up with everybody here. Sorry. Good to see you tonight too, the Tinker's Wife. I'm trying to connect to something that won't buffer. It may be my side. Nadine, how are you tonight? Good to see you in here. So yeah, we're doing good. Country Homestead Preacher, good to see you in there tonight, brother. How are you? Grace Andrews, how are you? So yeah, we're having fun. We've got a bunch of stuff to go over tonight. I've lost my notebook. Me and Elin have actually tried to straighten the house up quite a bit, and I put in a big pantry shelf back here, and I have lost my notebook, so it's kind of crazy. Let's see who I'm missing here coming in. I think that's about everybody. 33 on, 27 thumbs up. Hit that thumbs up for me if you guys are coming in, please. It helps a lot. Watch those videos at the beginning and the end if you can. That helps a lot too. Mama Z's Texas Kitchen. Um, all right. Jesse's in the house too over here from the Hive and the Homestead on her own deal. Lisa, how are you tonight? Eyeballs are playing games on me, guys. I am thanking you, Jesse. Big Dream Homestead, how are you? Do 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 do. So we're going to go through some stuff. We're going to read some of the Constitution again tonight. We're going to read some scripture tonight, and then we're going to kind of go, because I've lost my notebook. I can't remember what subject was from 2 weeks ago since we didn't get on. So if you were the individual I chose to, please say what you wanted to do on here, and we'll do that. I'm pretty sure I can pick up on I think it was something we were good at. Grace, me and ELYN are doing well. We recorded a homeschooling video today, which is the first one of those we've done. Hopefully, I can get into town to get that to upload. But she did really well. She's taking to reading fairly good. She's doing pretty good with that. So we did kind of a scavenger word hunt today out in town, and we went to one of our favorite stores. So be ready for that one to come in. I have a friend who has a tiny house. It's a barn conversion that they've done. That's, I would say, 90% done. It's already wired and all that good stuff, that he is looking to sell cheap, and it's less than a year and a half old. So if anybody's in that Northeast Tennessee, North Carolina area, it might be something that you'll be interested. Sheila, how are you tonight? Good to see you in here. But it's just one of those little things. What is cheap? Hive and Homestead. It's not cheap enough for you to come get it and bring it down there, but it needs to be moved. But it's a conversion van, and he's wanting $9,500 for it. And that building alone, I think it's 14 by 20. That building alone is about $8,400 just for the building with nothing in it. So yeah, it's pretty neat. It's pretty neat to have that out there. So if anybody's in here in this area, it could use a little bit of refining to it. He is actually a carpenter, and as you know, carpenters' places usually go to the last side. I've actually talked about him on this channel before with who he is, but anyway, I won't go there. But he's got it. Is some land in the, hey, come on, brother, you just come on up this way, Joey. We'll find you a piece of land. But yeah, it's nice. It's got two lofts in it. One's about a 4-foot loft, and the other one's about a 6-foot loft. Then it's got a high ceiling. He traded it and put a ceiling fan in it. Oh, K&A's Family Homestead. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am blessed. I appreciate that so much. Those, you don't know right now how much those affect our life right now. So we've got a lot of stuff going on, guys, that I can't talk about, that are all good stuff, but stressful things that we're trying to get done and finished. Rachel, ELYN is doing wonderful. Thank you for asking. Walterman Homestead, I'm trying to catch people as they come in too. Yeah, I hope it holds out too, Fairy Tale Creation. Jim, we've missed you guys. But we've got a couple of things that are going on. Thomas Farm, how are you? That are going on right now. Stivers Homestead in the house. What's going on, Zach? How are my youngins doing? TNS Dogs and Dragonflies Farm, how are you? April McPherson, how are you? Whew, got people coming in like crazy. That's good. I love it. So anyway, with all that being said, I've just not been this week. I've not been able to get out a video. I've got 2 made. I need to get them up and get them out tomorrow. So those will be out. I appreciate it when you guys go in and watch those. It helps out a ton. But we've got a bunch of stuff going on right now, all in the good realm, but just all stuff that's to be doing it. And we have been concentrating on ELYN's homeschool, which I've slacked on a little bit. But that's, whoa, Moon Farm, thank you very much. I appreciate that. That, once again, like I said, amazing blessings on us and our family. So I really, really appreciate that. And it's amazing. I think I need to clean this shelf right here off. This is a table that my father made us. I just looked in the screen. I'm like, that looks horrible. That's all ELYN's beading stuff. So there's 4 orders she has to go out. Jen Fairy Tale Creations, one of those orders. We're going to get those out to you guys and get those together. And we'll be good with ELYN's creations. She's making the beads and she's loving it. So Man, you guys are overwhelming me tonight. So we're going to get into this before we get into scripture and stuff tonight. But we've got our second quilting patch in, and I'm going to let you guys guess who made this one. So, because remember, I want you guys to make them to represent your homestead, your channel, your name, your life. So here is our second one. This is very cute. It is a crocheted, quilted, or crocheted, quilted is not the word. Second panel for these. So you guys tell me who you think sent that, and don't say it if they're the one that sent it, and we'll see who did that. I still need to do that. Yes, you do, Mama Z. Please, please, please. When will you put up your homeschool video? Grammy Karen, it'll probably be tomorrow. I'm going to try to get those out tomorrow. We have to get down to South Carolina, and we are going to. Nope, it wasn't Big Bear. Nope, not Big Bear. Yeah, it is nice. But I've got to get to South Carolina, clean the house, mow the yard, and it will actually be listed with the real estate. Mama Bear, Mims, I don't kicked off, guys. Sorry about that. Let's see if I can adjust a little bit. Mama Bear, She Bear Acres. She Bear Acres sent that in. And along with this amazing, which ELYN loves, absolutely loves, little apron with all of these pockets, these little amazing pockets. She's already said she wants to use them to find rocks and stuff and garden in. So this is amazing. Got little chickens. Just really, really cute. Super cute there. So yeah, those are cool. So I'm looking for you guys to get yours in here because we haven't got that long. Before April will be here and the Shindig. So I hope you guys are ready for the Shindig 2020 Kilted Men. We're ready to go. On earth did I get Mama Bear? I don't know where you got Mama Bear either. North Star Prepsteader, welcome, welcome, welcome. But yeah, they did it. I miss my kids being that little. ELYN's getting too big too quick. Her teeth are already coming in when she lost her 2 teeth. So been thinking of you today, Tinker's wife. Stiber say. We're going to try to have them in here by the 1st of May. No, gosh, March. We're in by the 1st of March. May will be too late. 1st of March. That gives me 30 days to get everything together and all my stuff. You guys know how slow I am. So meet some of the favorite YouTuber homesteaders. The Shindig, absolutely. Mama Bear's almost the same. Almost the same. I love it, and she loves it too. We also got some other stuff. Miss Sheila, that's on here tonight, sent us some cool goodies, some cookie sheets and stuff. But she sent ELYN this great little doTERRA oils kit, and she loves it. We've been using the Calmer, which is for at nighttime. Put on your feet and your wrist, and it's got a whole. Let's see. It's got a whole selection. I don't know if you guys can see that. Whole selection of, I don't know if it's going to focus. There it goes. Whole selection of oils and stuff. And then she sent me some oils too, which I've got to get better with my essential oils and stuff. But ELYN loves it. So that is awesome. Thank you very much. And thank you for the other gifts and the vanilla and all that good stuff, Miss Sheila. But 2.5 acres, what's going on? I hope this is going to last enough for us to get through stuff tonight, guys. It just kicked me off for the second time. Hopefully, we're not getting crazy. Yeah, it's amazing. So that actually came in a little while ago. Those oils did. So we got about another 4 or 5 minutes before we'll get into scripture. We are going to read. Oh, let me get chapter verse. Well, we're going to read chapter because the verse, you know how I am on the verse. So we're going with. Get my glasses on here. If not, I'll give you the wrong deal. So tonight we're going to do Psalm 79. We're going to do, we're just going to read the whole thing. So 79 all the way up to 80. We're not going to read 80, but that's where we're going to go with it. And it just, I think right now with where we're at in this world and everything that's going on overseas and stuff, we don't like to get into politics too much on here, but I think it hits home with some things going on. So we're going to see where we're at and get on it here in a few minutes. Solar system. I still need to get all those videos finished and edited and up. I've had a lot of questions here lately on those. I found a great channel called DIY Solar with Will on YouTube. He is amazing. I'm pretty good on everything. Hey, Stephanie, how are you? He's amazing on how to set up stuff, but he also teaches you how to actually build batteries. And so when you're talking about a lithium ion battery that's running $800 to $900, and you can build a twice as big with twice as much amperage hours battery for half the price, that's amazing. So if you want to check him out, it's DIY Solar with Will. It's a great channel. I'll put some links or stuff to him down below after I get done with this and stuff. Pretty cool. Dutch, I know, does quite a bit of stuff like that. Our cabin in the woods, I missed you. Oh, there you are. How are you? So I'm trying to catch up here, guys, when we're going through this stuff. Like I said, for some reason, my eyes have been, like the last 3 or 4 days have been kind of a little crazy. Seeing if I missed anybody before we get in. Thrifty VG, what's going on? Saw you come in. And we'll read scripture, then we'll get into some constitutional stuff. And thank you, Stivers. And we'll get to going on that. Hopefully we don't get kicked off. We may be buffering. If I'm buffering a lot, guys, I really apologize. That be sinus or blood sugar. Carol, you are on point. I've had a little bit of a sinus thing. I don't think my blood sugar's out of whack, but probably should go have that checked out. Blue Harmony Farm, how are you? It could also be that I look at the screen too much, and then when you start seeing the scrolling, 12 by 12 on the quilting squares, Blue Harmony Farm. That's what we went with on those. So cool. Anna, how is the fundraising doing? How's the fundraising doing there, Mims's Garden? We have the question. We have to get up really early. Good night, everybody. Good night, Jess. Good night, Hive of the Homestead. We appreciate you guys coming on. Let's see. Yeah. 12 by 12. All right, guys. Let's get into some scripture real quick. Hopefully I won't get kicked off. We'll read that. And then we'll get into some constitutionality of this wonderful place that we are. We're going to read Psalms 79. Got to get turned into the light here, guys, or I won't be able to see. Oh God, the nations have invaded your inheritance. They have defiled your holy temple. They have reduced Jerusalem to rubble. They have left the dead bodies of your servants as food for the birds of the sky, the flesh of your own people for the animals of the wild. They have poured out blood like water all around Jerusalem, and there is no one to bury the dead. We are objects of contempt to our neighbors, of scorn and desertion to those around us. How long, Lord, will you be angry forever? How long will your jealousy burn like fire? Pour out your wrath on the nations that do not acknowledge you, on the kingdom that do not call on your name. For they have devoured Jacob and devastated his homeland. Do not hold against us the sin of the past generations. May your mercy come quickly to meet us, for we are in the desperate need. Desperate need. Help us, God, for the glory of your name. Deliver us and forgive us sins. Forgive our sins for your name's sake. What should the nation say? Where is their God? Before our eyes, make known among the nation that that you avenge the outpoured blood of your servants. May the groans of the prisoners come before you. With your strong arms, preserve those condemned to die. Pay back into the laps of our neighbors 7 times the contempt they have hurled at you, Lord. Then when your people, the sheep of your pasture, will praise you forever. From generation to generation, we will proclaim your praise. Let that sink in there for a few minutes. Let that sink in right now with everything that's going on um, in your house, in your neighborhood, in your communities, in this country as a whole. Busy little house, how are you tonight? But let that sink in of where it was and how far that it can go in the name of God. To allow yourself to be placed in that position because of the way you feel about someone. But you have to be able to willing to take those blows as well as those lifts. Because when those who think that they are godly aren't being godly, that's what's coming. I truly believe that. I think that I think that that's a bigger threat than everything else is those individuals that hi Rainbow 505 that think that they are doing God's work are going to be the ones that are that that far off base. We have a lot of evil in this world, and we need to act as Christians. Pops its head up. We need to act as Christians and men and women of God. And when I say Christian, you guys know what I mean when I say that. We have to be able to take and understand that it's a fight. It's not a pastime. You have to stand up and be recognized. Um, you got to do what you got to do. Mims, go take care. Go take care. You're good. We got this covered. We got enough blue bars in here to take care of stuff. Go take care of the mom and dad and get it taken care of. Okay. Um, you know, teach our kids. Absolutely, we have to teach our kids that when it comes to knowing Christ, when it comes to knowing Christ, that it's not about what someone reads in this book. Because I know a lot of people that know this book back and forth, but don't know Jesus. They think they know Jesus because they can quote from the book anytime that they want to. I've said it on here before. I don't care what religious background you are. Come sit down and have a conversation with me, and I promise you by the end of that intelligent conversation that you'll at least understand where I'm coming from, because there's no way that you can't. There's no way that you can say that it doesn't uh, that it's not real, that what's been placed here for us was not real, and that's not the pattern in which it comes from, because you don't have to look at the book. You can look at history and see where it's at. You can read Roman and Egyptian and any other society that was there when Jesus Christ himself walked this earth, and all those societies talk about this man, Jesus Christ. They all have him in their writings. So we know that he was here, not only because we accept that he was here, but because they wrote about him. Not only his disciples. Now, their writings may not have been as nice or as favorable as his followers and his people that were there and his children. But they're telling you the same story, just from a different view through a different window. So if you can take and look through that and see that, Cajun Homesteader, how are you tonight? If you look at that and understand that and teach your children that, we would be a lot better society today. If we can teach them that there is a difference between this and this, and there's a separation for both of these, because this is a check and balance for this, and this can be a check and balance for religion, not just this book, but religion as a whole. Okay, these two books, if you can learn these two writings, if you can take and understand them and read them for where they're at, life would be so much simpler. The man, if you find the man that's responsible for this book in your heart, it'll let you read this Constitution. We're not reading this underneath a political ideology. We're not looking at this underneath a political agenda. We're reading this for the word of what it is. We're reading this in the sense of what's actually written in our Constitution. And that's a hard thing for people to do. Sherry Mize, how are you tonight? It's a hard thing for people to understand. You have to take, when you read this, you have to take this out of it. And that's going to make some people mad, because this has a lot of this that influence this, but there's not a lot of this in this. And the reason for that was the men and women that came over here and wrote this, and there were women that influenced this Constitution. If you don't think there were wives at home influencing the way that this was written, you're very mistaken. But this was influenced because the people who believed in this were persecuted and beat down and ran out of town from the Catholic Church and other places, and just really, the Pilgrims were beat up a lot because they believed in what was in this book. So if you understand that, you'll understand there's an influence of that book in here. But this book is not written to back that up. That's why there's nothing in this book that says separation of church and state. But if you look at your local and state laws, a lot of times it does have a lot of information there. A lot of states, a lot of people don't understand, in the original laws had that if you were clergy, you couldn't serve as a public official because they wanted those checks and balances. That was the power of the church. That was what the church was supposed to be there. Peanuts Preppers, how are you? You gotta love and understand that this constitutional country that we lived in. I'm gonna ask a question because I almost gave it away, and this is my question, my constitutional question of the week. So here we go. Are you guys ready? Yeah, the yes dear clauses. Yeah, Dave's Northwater. All right, here you guys go. You ready? Here's the question of the night. So I'm gonna ask you, what kind of government are we? Are we a Democrat or a democracy, or are we a republic? Are we a democracy or are we a republic? All right, Farming Our Backyard, republic. Deb Van Foss, republic. Rainbow 505, a republic. Don't be exchanged. Don't be ashamed if you get it wrong. New Harmony Farm says democracy, republic, 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 republic. We are a republic. We are not a democracy. We are a republic. And that's the key. We are a republic. Our Constitution and our government's way was kind of based in this whole This whole concept that comes from here comes from the Roman time. When Julius Caesar came to power as a general, and here we go. We're going to get into my nerdy stage here. Okay, we are not a democracy. We are a republic. When you look till creation's got a copper kettle farms. So when you look at it, we're based as a republic, and that's where we want to stay, guys. We don't want to stay in a democracy. We want to stay as a republic, because a republic means a gathering of those states and those people together to rule as a whole. We don't need a separation. We don't need a separation. That's our problem now. Is we got Republican, Democratic, Tea Party, National Party. We got all these other super socialistic party now with Bernie Sanders and stuff. We have all of these other crazy parties that are out here. We need to get back to being a republic of one person, one people, one mindset. We don't have to agree on everything. I can agree on certain things that go completely against this. That doesn't mean that I believe in those. But I believe that we as a country under this have certain rights, duties, and obligations as the United States citizens to uphold. Go back to Julius Caesar. So Julius Caesar was a great general. A lot of people don't realize that, but he was a great general, and he was loved by the people because Julius Caesar was also a great author. He wrote about all the great battles that he was in, all the victories he was in, and every story that he wrote, he was a hero. So he kind of built himself into that point, but then he did it. But the Senate, the Roman Empire, they came in, and the Senate came in and said he's too powerful, so they killed him. This was right after Julius Caesar took over, right after a civil war. Then they killed him, and then there was another civil war, and then they came in and they had this time of peace. Look at that, and you go through, and you can understand that dec- uh, with the Declaration of Independence and our Constitution. When we look at that and we think of the Bible and we think of where this is coming from, a republic that is underneath the reason that we made it a republic was for the freedoms that we have. I just now got a notification that we're on live, so I understand what all you guys say. Um, okay, so when you're looking at all that and you start seeing the truth of being set up as a republic, and the understanding that the people that came over here were persecuted for religious views, okay, there were more than just Christians that were persecuted that came over and founded this country. There were people that were being persecuted for other religious views. Okay. So when we made this country, we made it for you to be able to have whatever religious view you want. And I'm good with that. That's why I say on here all the time, come on. It doesn't matter if you believe, if you give all of yourself to believing this way, or here, come in with open mind and discussion, because I am a Christian, for lack of better words. I am a warrior of God, first and foremost. When we're here and we're doing what we're doing it for the love of something. And if you go into it and you look at where we're at and you start talking about this book, and we start talking about that guide that it is that helps get us through life. Grandma's so happy. How are you? Gets us through life is amazing. This ensures you that you have the right to do that. This ensures you have the right to be a pagan, agnostic, that you can be an atheist, that you can be a Buddhist, that you can be Muslim, that you can be anything else. But this also protects you on all the different realms, so that when you start doing something that harms someone else through your religious practices, that it's not something that's going to be accepted. That's the difference. This book protects everybody. This book does too. But this book protects you here and here. This book protects you all the way around, as far as constitutionalities, as being a citizen of the United States. This book does not protect you as a foreign citizen. Do you understand that? This book does not protect you as a foreign citizen. This book protects you as a U.S. citizen, born and raised. Okay? Vispa, thank you very much. So what we're going to do today is we're going to get in. I think we read through Amendment 5. We're going to get into. I think we made it through. What did we go through? 4 or 5. The right of the people to be secure in their. Yeah, I think we ended up at 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So let's get into this and let's talk about this. We've talked about the Constitution. We read the First, Second, Third, and Fourth Amendments 2 weeks ago when we were in here. You want one of these books? The Busy Little House? I'll send you one of these books. I'll tell you a secret about this book here in a minute. So we're going to go to the Fifth Amendment. Okay. And the Fifth Amendment says no person shall be held to answer for a capital or otherwise infamous crime unless on a present or indictment of a, I can't read, guys, grand jury, except in the case arising in the land or naval forces or in the militia, when in actual service in time of war or public danger, nor shall any person be subject for the same offenses to be twice put in jeopardy of life and limb, nor shall be compelled in any criminal case to be witnessed against himself, nor be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor shall private property be taken for public use without just compensation. So now I'm going to make some of you guys super mad when we get into reading and talking about this, okay? I got some questions over here real quick. Let's see. Can I buy that book? You can go, if you're in the U.S., you can stop at any of your, and I say this because it's true, you can stop at any Republican voting or Republican like recruiting office or anything like that, and they have these on hand. I went through when I got these, I went through and could not find one Democratic, I don't know, polling area or wherever that had any. But you can go to any Republican type for candidates or whatever, and you'll find these in most everyone. Got to move to the U.S. Busy Little House. Yes, you can go in and try to find these. Let's try to figure out where these at. I've lost my connection. Okay, we're trying to reconnect. Are we reconnected now, guys? I got kicked off there for a second. Are we good? Can we hear me still, or am I kicked off? All right, good to go. So we're going to get into talking about this Fifth Amendment. Now, this Fifth Amendment, I think, is one of the most important that we have. So let's talk about it in a little bit more depth and break it down. No person should be held to answer for a capital or otherwise infamous crime unless a presentment of indictment of a grand jury, except for arising in the land or naval forces or militia. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about that first part of the Fifth Amendment. So what that's telling you is you're not guilty until you go through this process. You can't be charged until for an infamous crime, so a federal type crime. You can't, and I'm speaking modern terms versus this. So I'm not interpreting that. I'm speaking. So you can't be held until a grand jury comes in and finds you there. So when we look at all this stuff that's going on the Democratic and Republican side of the thing, they have bastardized the Fifth Amendment so much that it's amazing to see where we're at. Because now by accusation, without any type of representation to an individual, you can be almost found guilty, then have to be found innocent, which is totally opposite. You're innocent until found guilty. So when you look at that, we're there. She moved to the States last year, Florida, and now she is getting married in July. Oh, Cecilia Jansen, good stuff. I don't know where we're at. I got off on that. So when you're talking about that, that's murder, any type of capital crime, anything thing of that nature. You also can't be held to testify against yourself in a court of law. So when you're looking there, and you a lot of people understand that, but then you go in and they use your own words that have been said against you in a court of law. That's amazing to me. Then you come into the point of being in the military, and when you go into the time of war and you violate or break a law during the time of war, you're in a whole different world of hurt when it comes there. It's going to be interesting to see and figure that out. Good for you to know. That's great. Okay, I'm in a whole different conversation. Um, let's see what's going on here and go to the next one. Nor shall a person be subject to the same offense to be judged twice, to be found guilty, to be judged twice, put in jeopardy of life or limb. So that's where we're talking about double jeopardy. So now you're found innocent about something. It doesn't matter what happens after that point. If you're found innocent of that crime, same situation again, tried or judged for that same situation again. Now they can charge you with a separate and different crime, but they have to prove that it is not that same crime. So we got 52 thumbs up, 42 people on. I really, really appreciate that, guys. We still got more of this Fifth Amendment to go into and see where we're at. You can, all right. Now here's where I'm gonna. This part is where we're gonna get into a little bit of debate. Okay, so and I'm going to agree and disagree with some of this in the way that it's written, but I'm reading it for what it is, and I'm telling you what it is, okay? So it says, be witness against self, nor be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor shall private property be taken for public use without just compensation. So that's where intimate domain comes in, guys. Okay, and this is where you're gonna do it. I'm a constitutionalist. That right there is intimate domain. The part that is bad is when they're coming in and taking property from people and not giving the just compensation that's there. So anyway, so we'll use Donald Trump. We'll use that one on this side, and this is going back whatever they want though. They can take whatever they want, Mama's East Texas Kitchen. Absolutely. They can take whatever they want, but they have to justly compensate you for it. And here's where this is one of the contentions that I have with Donald Trump's personal life, not as a president. I actually voted for him. So don't take this as me being a Trump hater. But when he owned the casinos and he took away property from people that was there to build this casino, okay, what you have to realize when that happens, they are to be justly compensated. So this is my opinion, which I'm not going to give much when we talk about this Constitution. You have to take that value of that property of what it's worth and what it's going to be worth because of that intimate domain. Now, here's the difference. You have a private corporation using intimate domain to take property for the betterment of a company. That is not what this says. This says your government. This says that your government, you can't marry me now, Moon Farm. Now, you might hold on just a second because it gets better. That says your government can take property from you. That you, as a private, have the money to. There's